home after going to a session and you learn something really awesome, and you get to the third step of what the presenter said, and then you're like, I can't remember what that presenter said to do next. And then you give up on using the great thing you just learned about. But if the sessions were recorded, you could just rewind, fast forward, pause, stop, try, do, until you get it. And then if you don't get it, you do like I do and then call whoever that presenter was or email them, and that's why we gave out the card. I never mind that happening. Now, if you're like a lot of my teachers, like, oh, I don't want to be on camera, okay, no big deal. I've done this in the middle of the night when my hair is like this. You know, I'm one of these wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning people and do things because I can't sleep. So right here is screen share. It looks crazy, insane, psychedelic, but what that does is no longer is the camera on you. The camera is showing whatever is on your computer screen. So if you bring up a PowerPoint or you bring up a video or you bring up a worksheet, anything you're seeing on your screen is what your audience is seeing. And thus, we can now begin our presentation, and the audience can hear us and see us. I hope they can hear us. I didn't test the microphone, but oh well. So,
we have plenty of videos.
rock on. We're teachers. We can handle it. So now we are starting, and this, I put the link to this video out on Twitter. Anybody in the entire world who's following our hashtag can be watching us live right now. Okay, so let's get started. A little bit about me. I'm Mickey Robertson. I've been teaching in Alabama for 22 years. I started out as an elementary teacher, 5th and 6th graders. Worked in an elementary school library for about 8 years. Worked in a high school library for 9 years. Co-founder of EdCamp Atlanta. I do a Twitter chat the second Tuesday of every month for teacher librarians from all over the nation. And I also host an online internet show just for teacher librarians. So I use Google Hangouts every month to do the internet show where we have different guest experts on from all over the United States. Hannah?
All right, I'm Hannah Zarzer. I'm an 11th grade English teacher at Hoover High School. I actually just finished my first year, so if I look young, that is why. But it also means that I'm really out there when it comes to technology, and I love it. And so, anyway, I won the Teach Like a Pirate Award at our school, too, which is based on Dave Burgess' book, Teach Like a Pirate. The students voted on it, so that was really cool for my first year. And I'm also the EdCamp ELA organizer. With my friend Christy Loudon that I teach with, and it's going to be September 6th at Trace Crossings Elementary School in Hoover. If there are any ELA people that are interested, I will put the information out under the AETC Twitter as well.
How many of you are familiar with EdCamp events? They are the most wonderful thing you will ever attend. Unlike organized conferences like this where you have sessions and you go through and look and see what the sessions are and decide what you want, you walk in that day, the session board is completely blank. There are no sessions. There are times and there are room numbers. The participants come, they write down, I want to talk about such and such. They stick that up on the board underneath a classroom and a time. And if you want to talk about that same thing, everyone who wants to talk about that thing goes to that room at that time. And it's a roundtable discussion where you're all working together and sharing ideas about that topic. It's the best PD I've ever been to, our ed camps. And Hannah, after just 1 year as a teacher, is working with some other teachers to put on an English Language Arts Ed Camp. So get in touch with Hannah to learn more about that. I'm really proud of her, and I just love and adore her. All right, and then Angie.
Me? I'm an educator and a helicopter pilot. I know that's a weird combination, but I like math and science. I'm the ed director at the Pinnacle Schools. We have an Elk River Treatment Facility. We have a RAISE program, which is all of the expelled students for Huntsville City Schools. So the alternative, we do credit recovery. We have a private school in our new high priority, which is really, really a lot of kids. And I've been an administrator for 3 years, and 6 years in teaching and ed consulting at all different levels.
So I always say if you see her twitching a little, it's because she works with all the alternative school children.
I choose them.
She chooses them. She loves them. So she's going to get the party started for us here today.
Okay. I'm the beginner in technology department here. So she's way ahead of me, even though she's a newer teacher. And at my school, we had, well, first of all, we work with naughty kids who sometimes decide to throw computers in the ground. So we don't have the sexiest, newest technology there is. We have computers that look like nobody would want to take them home, big, clunky, and they operate on the internet. I mean, the internet will operate on them. So at first we were using RenWeb as one of our learning management systems, and I could not get the system to take attendance the way I needed it to. And having known Nikki for a while, I understood that there was this thing called Google Docs, and that I could collaboratively work every day with my teachers on this, and we could download it each day, because in an alternative school, you really need to know where your students are. Because somebody's going to call you in a week, and his name is Detective So-and-so, and he's going to say, where was your student? Was this student in school at this time on this day? And if you make a mistake and say, no, they were not, then they go to jail a lot, frequently, whatever they were there, and you just said that, you just took away their alibi that was real. Or you say, yes, they were here. I know that it seems a simple thing, but this is not a simple, we need to know this. So anyway, it was not clear using RenWeb, it was not clear using Play-Doh, and so we put together a Google Doc, and my teachers were extremely nervous because it was new technology to them. But we were a Google Doc for Education school, our email was Google Doc based. And as soon as I started that, and they started getting comfortable with using it, now I hear all the time, let's do that in Google Doc, let's do this in Google Doc. And now we're just really flowing. And I think the next one's about, what is this?
Dr. Piss, going on ahead.
About security.
Oh,
FERPA.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, another good thing about it is it's FERPA compliant. And I even wrote down the ways, because I'm not totally a Google person. But because there's no advertising. There's no advertising, including the kind that scans your profile and does all that and gets all your information. That doesn't happen with Google Docs for Education. You are 100% owner of your data, and you're the manager of it as well. So Google's not digging their fingers into that, supposedly. That's what they're telling us. But I think that's true. And then your data is protected by Google protection and privacy policies. So you really are in charge of your data, and nobody's got their fingers in it. So that helps you keep up with people.
Thank you. So Hannah's going to tell you guys about Dr. Puss, and if you've never heard of Dr. Puss, it is going to blow your mind, and you're going to wonder, why have you not been using this? I learned it from Hannah. I found out about it at a conference. I tried to watch a YouTube video that showed me how to do it, and I couldn't get it from watching the video. I found out Hannah was actually using it in her classroom, and I said, Hannah, please come tell me how to do this. I can't figure it out from watching the video. And she took her planning time and sat down with me one-on-one and walked me through how to do it. So we will be providing the link to the presentation with all the links that she's clicking on. She has a step-by-step directions on how to do this. She made a video walking you step-by-step through how to do this. So you're going to get lost along the way. So just know you're going to get lost along the way right now. But we always provide rewindable learning. Okay, and we're always available to answer questions. So I'm going to let Hannah take over this chair and walk you through Dr. Puss, and if you need help, raise your hand. Angie or I will come around and assist the best we can. And Angie's like, what? I don't know how to do it.
Okay, so what Dr. Puss is it's basically a photocopier that is going to give electronic copies of a template that you create for your students. When I started at Hoover High School, we have iPads right now. We're slowly moving into Chromebooks, but right now we have iPads. And so I really wanted something that my students didn't have to take from a certain folder, open into their Notability or open into another app, send it back to a folder that they could turn it in, whether that's on Edmodo, whether it's on Moodle, anything like that. I wanted something that was just really easy for me to not have to go through a bunch of folders to find it, really easy for them to not have to send it back and forth 100 places. So I found Dr. Puss, which is basically going to be like a photocopier. So you're going to give your students a template of something. They can write on it, they can type on it, they can edit it, put pictures, whatever, and then it's going to automatically send back to you. They don't even have to turn anything in, which is one of my absolute favorite parts because there's no more excuses for anything. Okay. Oh, wait. First, we got to do this.
You're going to have to sign out of my account, which is going to stop the video, which I don't care about.
Do I have
Because we
to
already
sign
have
on
a
to both
video.
of them?
Yeah, because remember how we
Are you signed
what
it?
happened yesterday? Yeah, sign out and sign into your account, and that'll stop the video, but it doesn't matter because we'll get back in later and do it.
Okay.
We've already recorded.
But if you have a QR code scanner or something